This week on the Organized Life podcast.
I think my favorite one right now is everybody procrastinates. So I've heard highly successful, highly efficient people on the internet, on the social medias, they'll say, I don't procrastinate. Everybody procrastinates. Nobody is productive 24/7, 365. It's impossible. You are a human being. You are going to have days and hours, maybe even a week, we don't feel like
Yeah.
doing anything. So stop with the, oh, I feel lazy. Look, everyone has lazy days.
Hey, and welcome to the Organized Life podcast, where we are creating a movement with powerful organizing strategies and systems that save you space, time, energy, and money. I am your host, Tequila Renee, the Life Organizing Strategist. And if you've been following the podcast for some time now, you know that we are on a journey and we are striving to create the organized life. And with that being said, as you know, the journey to the organized life is not just about getting your space organized. It's about creating peace and productivity that pushes you towards purpose. You heard what I said, peace. And the key word today is productivity that pushes you towards purpose. So today I have Mark on with me. Mark is a productivity coach and he's the host of Mr. Productivity Podcast. Mark, could you please tell the people how to pronounce your last name? Because I just screwed it up several times. And so let them know how to pronounce your last name.
So I'm taking that the majority of your audience is not in Poland. Okay, I get it. It's Struczewski. That's why I went out and got MrProductivity.com because nobody could find MarkStruczewski.com. See, I'm here to serve.
Yeah, there you go. Because I'm not even going to try to say it again because you heard my tongue just try to go up, down, and around trying to say it before. So you guys heard the man. He is Mr. Productivity. That's what we're going to call him. All right. So Mark and I, we recently met. And as you heard, he's a productivity coach and I'm the organized life strategist. And here we are all about creating peace and productivity that pushes you towards purpose. And in creating the organized life, it's not just about your physical space of organization. We like to go with the holistic approach, right? In all areas of your life so that you can create the organized life, right? So, Mark, would you please tell the Organized Life listeners a little bit more about yourself?
Well, I've been on this planet for 60 years, so can you be a little more specific? I'm sure they don't want from DNA to present day.
Tell us about Mr. Productivity. How did you get started in your field? And like, what is your favorite thing about your expertise? What it is, how you touch your community?
Well, I used to tell people it started when I got fired from my corporate job back in 2005, and I stumbled and bumbled into productivity. But it actually started in my childhood because I was raised in a very structured home, chores had to be done on time and correctly. And so that is the way my late parents raised me. We didn't know that I would become the future Mr. Productivity, but here I am. And I'm living the best life I can imagine. I absolutely love what I do because in a world that we live in today with social media and books and podcasts and this, that, and the other thing, there has been a anti-productivity monster called complexity that is rearing its ugly head. And what happens is everybody is going to the more complex route. And I'm a fan of simplicity. And
Yes.
we were talking before we hit record that my TikTok videos now, they used to be 90 seconds,
Yeah.
75 seconds to 60 to 45 to 30. Now I'm trying to get them to between 7 and 12 seconds because I want people to get the point quickly and then go, I can do that. And if I come on your podcast, I say, here are my 56 ways to be more productive. They're all going to go, I'm out. But if I give them something really simple, and I'm sure over the course of our time together, I'm going to give you and your audience a lot of very simple things they can start to do today without making any more excuses to start being more productive.
Mm, that's awesome. So when you talk about that, so start us off with one thing. What's the first thing that you would tell somebody about how to be more productive?
Everybody is either watching this or listening to this on the device. One of the big things you can do is get away from your technology. And I know people are going, what did he say? Yes, I mean, go outside, go for a walk, and don't have your technology with you. Or if you have it with you, have it on do not disturb, have it on mute, and just enjoy the outdoors. Just enjoy the birds chirping. Just
Mm,
enjoy the wind blowing through the trees. I love technology, but we are spending too much time around technology. If you go outside or you take your dogs for a walk, just put your phone in your back pocket, put it on mute, and just pay attention to your dogs. I got news for you. If you're on your phone while you're walking your dogs know you're not paying attention to them. So take tech free breaks. It's going to give your brain a chance to breathe.
Yeah. So how do you feel like taking those breaks, technology breaks, how do they impact your overall health, your overall well-being?
Oh, I can't even begin to explain to you the feeling because there is a pandemic in this world of FOMO. Everybody's
Yeah.
afraid that if they're not on their devices 24/7, 365, if they don't have all the notifications turned on, they're going to miss something. Well, I was born in 1965
Yeah.
and we had the paper and we had the news,
That's
and that's it.
right.
So if something else happened, unless it was something really big, you had to wait. Now, with X and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, boom, you can find out instantly. How many things do you really need to know right now? And I would say that number is probably fewer than the number of fingers you have in your hand.
Mm. I will have to agree. And listen, I have my phone on do not disturb 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I check my notifications when I want to check my notifications
There you go.
so that I can get back with people when I want to get back with people. Because I don't like when I'm working with clients, I don't like to be interrupted when I'm, recording podcasts, I don't like to be interrupted. When I'm just working, doing my administrative work, I don't like to be interrupted. When I'm trying to relax, I don't like to be interrupted with a text or a call or any of that. So my phone literally stays on do not disturb, and all of my close people know what to do when it's on do not disturb and they really need to get in touch with me.
You know, that's very interesting because I've also heard Tim Ferriss talk about his phone is on do not disturb all the time. I don't like that because
Mm,
I like people to be able to get a hold of me, whether they're family, friends, or clients. But they also know that I'm Mr. Productivity. So they're not going to abuse it. So I tell clients, you can text me, but it better be a real quick question and it better be something you need the answer to right now. If we have a coaching call coming up, it can wait till then. My
mm.
friends and family are the same way. You can communicate with me, but don't abuse the privilege. So I think everyone can come up with a balance. And I have trained all my clients, my family, my friends. After hours, it's okay. You could text me more after hours. But when I get ready to go to bed at 8 o'clock, my phone goes into sleep mode and nobody can get a hold of me anyway. So there's ways I believe you can balance it. I
Yeah,
fortunately do not get a lot of messages. I don't have my social media notifications turned on. So very few
yeah,
people have my text number, whether it's on Signal or iMessage or WhatsApp. I do not, however, have I don't even have Facebook Messenger on my phone. So I'm really selective who I let into my inner circle. So I think you
mhm,
can have a balance to make this work.
yeah, yeah. I agree, that there is a balance, and the one thing that I love about Do Not Disturb is that I get the notifications, I get the texts, but when I don't hear them. So I can see them when I'm ready to see them. That's one of the benefits of the do not disturb is that they come through, but it doesn't disrupt you. It doesn't disturb whatever it is that you're doing. Right. So
Do
that's
you
what
have vibration mode enabled?
no, it
Oh,
doesn't
good for
vibrate.
you.
No.
Yes. See, people don't understand that. They have vibration mode enabled. They put their phone on mute, and then when they get a text or a phone call, it vibrates. So
No.
please turn off vibration mode. When my phone is in mute, I have to look at the screen to know if I've got a notification.
That's
So
right.
please disable vibration mode.
Yeah, I don't want to vibrate. I don't want to be notified at all. And I want to be able to see it when I see it, when I'm ready to be in participation with whoever it is that is texting or calling or whatever.
I have a strategy I want to give your listeners, what I call a notification cleanse. And all that is you go through every single app on your phone, all 263 of them. And for any notifications you have off, skip them. But any notifications you have turned on, ask yourself this question: is this notification serving me or distracting me? Now, you may say to yourself, you know what? I really want this notification, but I don't want the sound. Well, you can turn the sound off. I'm
Yep.
very selective with the notifications I have on, like my credit card and debit card apps. I want those to go through right away, because if someone in some other state is using my card, I need to shut it down pretty quickly.
Right.
But the number of notifications I get through are very, very few. So I encourage everyone not only to do a notification cleanse, that's part one. Part two
Love
is
that.
set a monthly reminder, maybe the first Saturday of every month, the first Sunday of every month, and go through, because you may let some things go through you didn't think about it. And step three is, next time you install an app and it says you want to allow notifications, say no. And if you want to go back and enable them, you can go in the settings and turn it on, because every app developer by default is going to turn them all on. So you have the power. It's your phone, it's your device. Say no to notifications. And I do have some notifications turned on, but they're very selective. Like my wife, the sound is on, everything's on, because it's important. She's got to get a hold of me. Now, my wife doesn't abuse it, because she
Yeah.
knows she texts me. If I know she texts me, it's an emergency.
Yeah.
So you need to put up these boundaries. But I encourage everyone to do a notification cleanse today. As soon as you finish with this podcast, do it.
I love that. That's so awesome. A notification cleanse. I don't have to do that because, Mark, listen, my notifications are off, and I have already done the work of putting those no, like I say no to all of the notifications unless I know that I'm going to need them. You don't need most of them. So here's a little funny story. I recently was back home for Thanksgiving at my dad's house, and he left his phone in the living room. And so it's not bothering him, but it's bothering me because the room that I'm sleeping in is right by the living room. And all night his phone was going off. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo. And when I tell you, Mark, it was driving me bananas. I went in the living room and literally turned his phone off. I'm like, I cannot have it. He's in his room sleeping peacefully, and I am going crazy because I can hear every sound. I'm a very light sleeper, and it was just going off nonstop. And when I tell you, after that, when he woke up, I got into his phone. I'm like, "We turning that note. Your games don't need to notify you, Dad, that you want to play it, right?" So I turned off all of his notifications except for like the ones that we talked about, and he was like, "Okay, yeah, I need that." But I'm like, he doesn't turn any of them off. He doesn't think about that because he charges his phone in the living room. So he doesn't know. So I thought it's funny now, but it was not funny when I was trying to sleep.
Yeah.
So, Mark, tell me, what are some of the most common challenges that you see people and even families face when it comes to being productive?
They don't know how to make things as simple as possible. So someone
Mm,
will come to me and they'll say, well, I got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. I'm like, okay, hold up. You
yeah.
can only do one of those things at a time. So which one's most important? They're all important. No, there's one of these that's more important than the others.
Uh-huh.
And so I help a lot of people with prioritization. Because I'm not saying you don't have to do these 6, 8, 10, 12,
Yeah.
15 things, but what do you need to work on next? Because you can only work on one thing next. You can't be writing your book while you're doing an interview on your podcast, while you're doing, quote, research on TikTok, while you're talking to your mom, while you're reading the paper. You can do one thing at a time. So I always tell
Right.
people, what is the one thing, one singular, what is the one thing you have to do? I'm not saying these other things aren't important. I'm saying you have to pick one. And when I give this challenge to people, they look at me like, but I know they all need to be done, but you can only do
Right.
one thing at a time. And sometimes we do the circular thing for a couple minutes until they finally something clicks. They go, "Oh, you're saying to pick one thing? Yes, pick
Yeah.
one thing and work on that." So yeah, simplicity and the power of one.
Oh wow, that's so good. Yeah, because we think we can multitask a million times over, right? Do some. We can do all these things at one time and really think we're giving 100% to all the things, and it's literally impossible. It's just impossible.
When people think of multitasking, they think of walking and chewing gum at the same time. That's not what multitasking is.
Mm,
Multitasking is you're trying to listen to a podcast where people are talking while you're writing your blog or your book. Your brain can't do that. You're gonna start typing the words to say in the podcast. Multitasking is like, okay, I'm gonna be on a Zoom call and I'm also going to be vacuuming my house. Okay. That is what we're talking about. Your brain is most efficient when you work on one thing at a time. Now, if you have to switch, this is amazing. I'm going to blow your audience's mind.
let's
You have to
go.
switch task. You take the first one, you bring it to some sort of closure. You just don't leave
Yes.
it hanging out there. You don't stop reading a book in the middle of a paragraph, right? So you
Right.
bring that project or that task to some sense of closure. So when you go back to it, you know where you left off. Then you go to the next thing. People are leaving all these hanging tasks wide open all around their house. And then when they go back to it, they're like, where was I in this thing? Because you didn't bring it to some sort of closure. Yes, you may not be able to complete it. However, bring it to some sort of closure. So, like for a book, for example, you get to the end of the chapter, you put the book down, you pick the book up. Now you're like at the start of a new chapter. You're not in the
Yeah.
middle of a paragraph.
Right. Yeah. Oh man, that was so good. I love that. Yeah, I've done a lot better. So I've been doing a lot of writing and a lot of I've been creating workbooks and things. And then you know how you're editing and then you stop editing and then you go do something else and you come back. It's like, oh shoot, well, where was I? Right. So now I have a system that I've put in place to bring it to closure, bring it to some sort of closure so that when I'm ready to come back to the thing, I'll know where I was and what I was doing, because before I would be like, oh my gosh, well, I got to start all the way over. And you're wasting so much time doing that.
Now, I happened to read a book from an author a while ago who is a book on writing. And I've never heard of this before, and I've never tried it. When he's writing, and he would write like longhand in like these legal pads, he
Mm-hmm.
would actually stop in the middle of a paragraph, in the middle of a sentence. For him, that worked.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
worked. And I'm saying, because I don't like to have a closed mind. I'm like, well, maybe I should try that at some point. Maybe I should just leave your podcast right now and come back. No, I'm
right.
not going to do that. But I'm saying is that we get into this mindset that we can only do it 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, maybe you should do 1, 7, 2, 6.
Mm.
Well, no one does it that way. Well, then how do we know it's not better? So I want your audience to think outside the box. Try something that it sounds weird. Try
Yeah.
something that like no one does it, because what if that's the one thing that kicks your new year into gear?
Mm. Listen, I was talking to somebody recently about something that we were thinking was counterintuitive. And the reality is that anything that's new to us seems counterintuitive. It's never just intuitive because we have to learn the thing, get used to the thing, and hopefully like it or enjoy it, or we're going to be back to counterintuitive. because it doesn't make sense. So what you're saying, that makes a lot of sense. You got to try something before you can know if it's good for you or not.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I know when kids are born, they're automatically trained to love McDonald's. I mean, I don't think, and I've never known a kid to go to McDonald's and go, do I like French fries? Do I like chicken nuggets? No, you don't. But other than McDonald's, the first time you try something, I mean, I remember the first time I did my podcast back in July 17th, 2017. Yes, that's right. No, July 7th, 2017. Didn't sound right. I was behind my MacBook. I was sweating like bullets. It wasn't live. There was nobody here, but because it was new to me.
Yeah.
Now I can get on anyone's podcast. I can come up with an idea for my podcast, press record, and do a podcast episode with very little editing.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 8.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But that first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 episodes, I'm like, ay, ay, ay. And listen, it's always hard in the beginning. Yes. One of my favorite authors has this saying: it's hard in the beginning, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. Let me say that again. Robin Sharma says, it's hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Beck, we all agree with that.
Yeah.
It's messy in the middle because you're trying to figure things out. And at the end, it's gorgeous. So just remember that. If it's hard or messy, well, you're going the right direction. You're on the journey. You mentioned journey earlier. So hard, messy, gorgeous. Just remember that. Repeat that in your head. So if you're struggling with something, congratulations. You're in the hard stage.
I love that. Hard, messy, gorgeous.
Yep.
Nice. So, Mark, in your experience, how does having organized systems in place directly impact someone's ability to be productive and stay focused?
I think it's best if you have clutter everywhere in your mind, on your desk. You should your car should look like a garbage truck dumped in it. I mean, you should have mess. I'm just kidding. I'm being facetious.
Oh my goodness.
You have to think about something. People think, oh, I'm on a Zoom call right here, and I'm paying attention. No, you got pizza boxes and DoorDash and Uber Eats stuff there. Yeah, and which your mind is looking at all this stuff. Oh, I got to take care of that. I got to take care of that. So you're not really paying attention. So I'm like, hey, unless you're highly disciplined, like I've got some things on my desk here, but I've trained myself that the most important thing on this show is to focus on that stupid green light next to the camera. And that's what my priority is to deliver maximum value. Most people can't do that. I can have every notification on my phone. It's not going to bother me because I'm disciplined not to check the notifications. Most people can't. Now, I'm not better than anyone else. I have trained myself over the years to not get distracted. I can be on TikTok for 5 minutes. I'm bored. I go grab a book. I train myself. I don't have magical powers. I'm not a guru. I'm not a genie, but everybody can do this. If you choose to say, I'm going to use technology, whether it's social media, your iPhone, whatever, instead of the technology using me, you're halfway home.
Wow, that's so good. When you're saying that, I'm just thinking about how all of the disciplines that we have, or well, I was gonna say do not have, but if you don't have them, then this then this doesn't work for you. I'm not talking to you. But all the disciplines that we do have in place, we've trained ourselves to have those disciplines. And in order to like put any structure in place to be productive, there has to be some discipline in place, and you have to train yourself to do those things.
Let me ask you this. Are you an adult?
Most of the time.
It wasn't a trick question, but there's this phrase called adulting. So one of the things
that
really annoys me,
that's funny.
I am 60 years young, and when people tell me I can't not be on social media, I'm like, that's interesting. So is someone putting a gun to your head? Did someone capture your kids, kidnap your kids? What do you mean you can't? I don't understand that when people say you can't, because to me, when you say I can't, you're giving up. You got to be an adult. Probably adults listen to your show. So you have to pull your boots up, get up, dust yourself up like a big boy or a big girl, and say, you know what? TikTok is no longer control my life. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, These apps are not going to control me.
Yeah.
I am going to control. Similar to what you do with your notifications. You have to be the adult. It's not TikTok's fault that you can't get off the app. That's your
Yeah.
fault. Be a grown up. Listen, I know I'm giving people tough love, but they need to hear
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Stop blaming the technology and the apps. It's not their fault. You are succumbing to them. And I promise you, I can't stop social media. If someone said, if you don't get off social media or you limit your social media 30 minutes a day, I'm going to kidnap your kids. You'd get off social media in a heartbeat because you want to save your kids. So don't tell me you can't. The answer is I won't. So
Mm,
let's call it what it is. It's not I can't, it's I won't. Do you agree with that?
I agree 100%. So one of the things that I did a while ago is I put, so most of our phones have it if you're an iPhone user. I don't know about Android, but
We
we
still love Android people, but they got the wrong phone.
yeah, what can we say? But there's a thing called screen time. And the reason I learned about it is because I had to put it in place for my children. And I'm like, well, I need to use it because I'm not getting off. I think I don't even sometimes we don't even realize how long we're on it. You don't realize you've been scrolling for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. So you can put screen time on your phone, right? You can set a timer. There are so many things that you can put in place to hold you accountable and to help you on your journey of being more disciplined in whatever area it is that you're working on.
Mhm.
So I have an interesting question for you. What do you think most people think that's holding them back from being productive, and what's at really holding them back from being productive? What's the real issue?
It's the same answer for both questions. If people want to know what the answer is, lean in real closely.
I'm
I want
coming.
you to pick up your phone, your computer, go into your bathroom and look in the mirror. That's your problem right there. Whatever reflection comes back at you, and don't you hold up your 2-year-old in front of your face either. Whatever you see reflected back at you, that is your problem.
Oh my
You are the
goodness.
problem. And guess what? You are the solution.
Oh wow. That's funny. Okay. That was not the answer I was expecting, Mark.
It took me years of being a productivity expert to realize that. Do you understand that? I was thinking it was the app's fault, it's my parents' fault, it's society's fault. And then one day I was shaving in front of the mirror. I'm like, oh, there's the guy that's the problem with all my problems right there. And
Yes.
it was a big eureka moment for me.
Yeah, we're our worst we're is that it? We're our worst enemy?
Yes, we are.
Listen, we are our worst enemy and it's us against us, you know?
Yep.
So if someone wanted to fix one system in their life instantly to improve focus and productivity, would you say it's the same answer? Or if not, what should they be working on and why?
This is what's going to, for all you people in the audience, I shouldn't say y'all because you don't have a listening party every one at a time. But
Yeah.
what you need to do is grab yourself a piece of paper or a notebook and a pen and leave your technology behind, unless you're going to have like some instrumental music playing in the background. And I just want you to freestyle brainstorm. Don't think about what you're going to write. Just start writing things, ideas, things you want to do, problems you have, goals you want, tasks you want to do, and just write, 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 write. It may take you 30 minutes, may take you an hour and a half. I want you to get all these thoughts on paper. And once you get these thoughts on paper, then you can start scratching off that's nonsense. I didn't really like that. Then you're going to start seeing a theme emerge like, ooh, yeah, I should really look at this. What we do is we're always in the moment and we're not looking around, we're not learning things. I'm a big reader. A lot of people aren't reading books anymore. They're getting all their dopamine hits from TikTok and Instagram.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
you need to gift yourself. And don't do this on an app. You need to go out, maybe in your backyard, and with a paper, a notebook, pen, and just start journaling. You could even come up with a question that like, what do I want out of life, or what do I want to my legacy to be, if that's going to help you get started. But then just write and write and write. Don't do it with other people around, because they're going to start talking to you about the game or
Mhm.
anything else.
Mhm.
Go someplace quiet. And what happens when people do this, all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I, I haven't thought about this in a long time. All these thoughts start coming up in your head. And all of a sudden, you start getting a different perspective. But we don't give ourselves, I should say, we don't gift ourselves the
Mm.
time to figure out, where do we want to go. We're so busy going from day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, and we don't give ourselves a chance to go, what do I want out of my life? And that's what I would say is my solution.
That's good. I've heard that called, and I think I do call it like brain dumping.
Mhm.
Yeah. So one of the things that we do on one of my coaching calls with my coach is we brain dump, and we just like just write down whatever you're thinking, whatever is like, and then they put a timer on, and we just write for whatever the time frame is in that moment. And I find it to be very refreshing, very refreshing. And then one of the things she also has us do is ask why 7 times. So
Mhm.
she'll give us a question, and then you write down the answer, and then you ask why for that particular question, and then that particular answer. And then once you get the answer to that, then you ask why for that. And you do it 7 times, and she says you actually get the root of the answer for the initial question,
Yep,
right? I found it to be true, and I love it. Have you heard of that before?
I have. And if you're going through something very painful, you can almost feel this physical relief when you get to the real why of why something
Mm,
happened. And the problem is people stick with levels 1 and 2, which are kind of
yeah,
safe, kind
yeah,
of easy.
yeah.
It's like, why do you start a podcast? Well, it's cool. Why is it cool? And you start going down that path, and all of a sudden you realize, oh yeah, I really want to help people. It wasn't that it's
Mm,
cool; it's that you want to help people.
yeah,
And so yeah, I've heard the 7 whys before. It's very powerful, because I think the first 2 to 4 come really quickly.
yeah,
5's a little bit struggle, and then
yeah.
6, you're like, "Oh my goodness." And
Right.
7, you may be sitting there for 8 days to come up with the 7th why, but there's a reason behind that, because now you're forcing your brain to say, "Okay, these 6 whys are okay, I need 1 more." And that's
Mm,
where it goes all the way in the back of the subconscious mind and go, "Okay,
mm-hmm.
why do they really wanna do this?" And people have had breakthroughs with this.
Yeah, I love it. It's been very helpful for me. On my journey, even when I'm working by myself alone, I'll do help ask myself why continuously until I feel like I've exhausted all the possibilities.
Mhm.
So Mark, what is one productivity myth that you like to debunk for our listeners?
I think my favorite one right now is everybody procrastinates. So I've heard highly successful, highly efficient people on the internet, on the social medias, they'll say, I don't procrastinate. Everybody procrastinates. Nobody is productive 24/7, 365. It's impossible. You are a human being. You are going to have days and hours, maybe even a week, we don't feel like
Yeah.
doing anything. So stop with the, oh, I feel lazy. Look, everyone has lazy days. Everyone has productive days. So don't
Yeah.
tell me that you don't ever mess around, you don't endlessly scroll on social media, because that's not true. The reality is everybody procrastinates. Everybody goofs off. It's the way we're wired. And you know
Yeah.
what? That's okay. But stop believing that if you goof off, that you are not a worthy person, that you're not a productive
Mm,
person, you're not an efficient person. Listen, I have days like that. I don't feel like doing anything. Okay. Now what I'm actually doing is I'm actually channeling that, because I'm a believer. And I'm starting to, for the first time in my life, starting to obey the Sabbath. I'm starting
Mm,
to just be present on the Sabbath, because what
yes.
happens is we work 7 days a week. Go, 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 go. For what? Until we die? Whether you're a believer in God or not, I
Yeah.
encourage you to pick one day a week where you don't work. You just
Yeah.
hang out with the family, watch movies, read books, do a picnic at the local park, and just enjoy the time. We're not supposed to work every waking moment. And so I encourage people to embrace the concept of the Sabbath.
Ah, that's so good. I still struggle with that. As you know, as entrepreneur, we oftentimes feel like we have to go, go, go. What would you say to people that feel guilty about spending time relaxing, watching TV, hanging out with the family instead of going, going, going and doing all the things? What would you say to them?
Well, tough love part says get over it. But
Mm.
let me expand on that. So the only sport I watch is European football. We call it soccer in the States.
Yes.
And when my team is playing, they usually play on Saturdays and Sundays, but when they're playing during the week at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because I'm 6 hours behind England, I will watch the match live from 2 to 4. And people go, "Oh, Mr. Productivity. So watching football is productive?" I said, "Yes. And here's why. Football gives me joy, makes me happy. Happy and healthy people are more productive people,
Mhm.
except for my team loses. Then, well,
Right.
won't go there. But my point is, I don't do it all day, every day.
Right.
I do it maybe once a week. Like tomorrow, there's a football game I want to watch, and I'll watch it guilt
Yeah.
free. I don't watch football for 6 hours every day, 7 days a week. I pick the games I want to watch. Maybe yours is I'm going to scroll on TikTok for 30 minutes every day at lunch. Fine. Not 6 hours, 30 minutes. So don't feel guilty if you're sitting home with your family and watching the family movie. I work 7 days a week, but on the Sabbath, I may work for 5 or 10 minutes. I may check in on my comments, my DMs, that's it. Put the phone down,
Mhm.
spend time with my wife. So if you're a solopreneur like we are, you can still do that. Just limit the amount of time you're working, like to a really insane window, an hour. No, how about 15 minutes? Do what you
Right.
got to do in 15 minutes. Check your emails. Don't do outreach. Don't run your ads unless they're on autopilot, but just check in 10, 15 minutes, make sure nothing's broken. I always check my website every day because I'm paranoid it may go offline. But you could do it in 10, 15 minutes. So you're actually doing a little work, but not a lot. And then you go enjoy the rest of your day, and your brain will thank you because your brain gets to take a relaxation vacation.
Wow. That's good. So for me, I am big on my calendar. I use my calendar for everything. I schedule everything. But one of the things I was just talking to someone about is she said that she schedules her breaks, her rest, and then she put everything else around it. What are your thoughts on that?
I have tried many different ways when it comes to planning my day. Now, what I do is the only thing that goes on my calendar are podcast interviews and coaching clients. That's it. People go, "What? Hang on." So I carry around with me a pocket notebook. It's 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And at the end of every day, I think about what do I have to do tomorrow?
Mhm.
Now, I don't do the magic three. Every productivity expert I've heard out there says, pick the three things you got to do tomorrow. I don't like
Yeah.
that because maybe you only have to do one thing. Maybe that's a big
Ah.
thing you got to do. Maybe you got to do seven things. And I write those things down. But here's the thing, if I put create, like today's list was create 5 shorts for TikTok. I already have 4 of them done. Yay.
Yeah.
But I don't have to do those at 1 o'clock or at 10 o'clock. Long as they get done before I'm done at the end of the day, I'm good. So I used to, now don't get me wrong, time blocking is great, but you remember, I'm a productivity coach, I'm highly disciplined. So if I put in my notebook, create 5 shorts for TikTok today, I will get them done by the end of the day. I don't have to schedule them, I will get them done.
Mm.
You may need to use time blocking, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Doesn't mean you're lesser than me. Don't misunderstand me. But that for me works. Some people fill out their planner. If that makes you more productive, then do that. Or maybe you could try my way and go, oh, I see. I'll put 4 things on my list today or tomorrow. As long as they all get done, I'm okay. I could do them anytime. Whatever makes you more productive. It's like I'm
Mm-hmm.
here to serve your audience with tips and strategies. And I want them to pick ones that work for them. But if you've never thought about jotting down in the notebook what you're going to do tomorrow, maybe you try it. Take it out for a test drive. Maybe it'll work out best. Because what I found out, I'm like, okay, I got to create 5 reels. What hour should I put that in? 10 o'clock, 11? And then I was wasting
Right.
time. But
Yeah.
as long as they get done by the end of the day, I'm okay. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I think I do a little bit of that too. I feel like I do both time blocking and I do create a list of what needs to be done. And it helps me with my time blocking. But when I create my list, I like doing a list because when you scratch it off, you feel like it's like a success,
Yes.
right? I
Yep.
got that done. I got that
Yep.
done. So I love that because I'm a list person too. So I love both of them. So, Mark, what is your favorite part about being in your field of expertise, being Mr. Productivity? What is your favorite part?
Remember the old Apple headphones, the corded ones?
The old
The
Apple,
the old Apple earpods. They had
the
the
little
cord.
white ones?
No, the ones had a cord on them years ago.
No, I probably wasn't an Apple user then.
Okay. So Apple used to have these headphones. They went in your ear and they had a little cord that plugged in your phone. And it didn't matter how careful you were, they always seemed to get tangled. It's like they were designed to get tangled.
I
And
do
you
know
sit
what you're
there
talking about. I think my
and you
son still uses those. He likes those better than the other ones, than the AirPods.
so you're sitting there trying to untangle them.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I look at my clients when I help them. They come to me and they're like, I can't untangle it. And what I do is I get the blessing of helping them untangle their headphones. And they're like,
Mm.
oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because they get, I won't say they get totally out from being overwhelmed, but they get less overwhelmed. And
Yes.
so we're making progress. So I like helping people. I also like that every client is different. I
Yes.
could never be in a factory and all I do is put a bolt on a wheel.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I would go crazy. So everybody's different because every human being's different. They all have different problems. Some are single, some are married, some have 35 kids. Hyperbole, but they're
Right.
all different. And I love working with people because they're different.
Yes. So your first one that you said, you help people to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like they come in and they're all tangled up and they just don't know what to do. And so I have the same experience. I love helping people to see the light at the end of the tunnel because they like their vision is blurred, it's clouded, it's cluttered, and they can't see what the end could even look like. And you help them to kind of get organized and to get their thoughts, more clear because when you're cluttered in your mind, it's just hard to when you're all tangled like that wire you're talking about. It's hard to get anything done. It's hard to see. It's hard to be productive. So I think we have that in common. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for being here and imparting so much wisdom onto our listeners. Uh, do you have any closing thoughts or things that you would like to leave with the listeners?
Yes, I want to encourage people to head on over to my website, mrproductivity.com. You have to spell out the word Mr. Mister. The top of the page, you'll see something called a productivity scorecard. 10
Oh,
questions, takes you 2 or 3 minutes, and just answer honestly every question, and I will send you your score and let you know how you're doing. Because I believe half the battle to becoming more productive, to becoming a better member of society, is to know where you're weak at.
mm,
Just because you have struggles doesn't mean you're a bad person. I'm desperately trying to learn Spanish. I don't take the languages very easily. I love the topic of productivity, but
Yeah.
this morning I happened to talk to someone who's a professor and they teach Spanish and they gave me
Uh-huh.
some ideas. One of them, which, if any of your listeners want to learn a new language, pick a film you really, really enjoy. Like I love Home Alone, the original.
Yeah.
And she said, put the dialogue in Spanish and put Spanish subtitles because you already know the lines, every line of the movie.
That's so
And
funny.
so this is from a college professor of Spanish. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So, but I just want people to understand that go to mrproductivity.com, take the free productivity scorecard,
Mm-hmm.
find out about my website, find out where I'm on social media, sign up for my email newsletter. I am here to serve you. And I want people to understand that you have to be very careful. This is going to be kind of controversial. So I hope you'll give me some grace here. Just because someone's a coach doesn't mean they really care about you. So
Mm.
when you are considering hiring a coach, make sure you're interviewing them. Make
Yes.
sure that, okay, I can be with, like, my signature program is a 90-day coaching program. Make sure you're going to be able to deal with this person for 90 days. Maybe you don't like bald guys like I am, because if you start getting in a coaching relationship with someone and you realize in the second call, I don't really like this person, then you're not going to get a lot out of the conversation.
Yeah.
So don't just say, oh, my friend used this person. Well, your friend may love this person or your friend may be crazy.
Yeah.
Are they the right person for you? And a lot of people, they get caught up in the motion. They see an ad, they read a sales page, they get an email, they get so excited. Stop, push the brakes and go, could I really be with this person for 90 days or 180 days, whatever it is? Because it really makes a difference. We're not just talking about your time and your money. If you get a coach that you don't work well with, now you're going backwards instead of forward.
Yes.
So make sure before you give someone your money, including me, including you, make sure
Yeah.
you have a conversation with them and have because I talked to this person for long term. If you're not, then that's the time before you spend your money and your
Yeah.
time to invest in this coach. Hopefully that's okay. I said that in your show.
Yeah. Well, it's too late now, Mark.
You can always edit it out.
Yeah. No, you're good. And we will make sure we have Mr. Productivity's information in the comment section, in the description, all the things, so you guys can get that information. I'm going to take the productivity quiz when I
Oh,
get a chance.
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take
I'll be
it.
watching for that.
There you go.
And you know what? I've had other productivity people go, it's out of 50, 0 to 50.
Okay.
No, actually 5 out of 50 because the lowest answer is a 1. And I've had people who are really productive who get like about 39, 40. We all listen, I have areas of weaknesses. If you
Yeah.
tell me you don't have an area of weaknesses, you're what's known as what they call that. Oh, a liar. Okay. We all have issues. Everybody is struggling with something. We're not AI, and even
Yeah.
AI struggles with things. I mean, you ask the AI to do instructions, and sometimes it does something you didn't even ask it. Like, what
That's
is this
right.
all about?
That's
So
right.
I'll be interested to see what your score is. You'll be high, but you won't be 50. Nobody's been a 50.
Listen, I'm going to be offended. I'm going to be like, oh, clutch my pearls. Like, what is going on here? Yeah, but I'm so interested. I love that. And we'll definitely make sure you guys get all that information. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for being here. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed this time with you.
My pleasure.
Here on the Organized Life podcast, you guys know that we are striving for peace, productivity that pushes us towards purpose. So, whatever system or strategy you're putting in place that's not saving you in all 4 areas, space, time, energy, and money, you want to tweak it, revisit it, change it, see how you can make it work better for you. We got to stop trying to do what you see on TikTok and all these other social medias and do what works best for you, because you should be saving in all 4 areas. All right. All right. So if you want to be a guest here on the Organized Life podcast, or if you have a question for me that you would like answered here on the podcast, I would love for you to send me an email at info@extremeaudacity.com, and we'll get that topic into rotation. We'll get you here into rotation on the podcast. And with that being said, thank you so much again, Mark, for being here. And until next time, ciao.